Welcome. Hello. It's October 30th, 2024. I welcome all teachers. I will be coming out with my first book that this December 2024. The title is The Power and Significance of Time. This book is the first book that you will ever read on the topic of feng shui, heavily on time. How time affects everyone in all culture and all life, from health to family to wealth. And lumquang.com, the website, has been up and running since 2007. It's never really heavily advertised, never advertised really. I just left it up there so whoever get a chance to, find out and read it and purchase it and learn how to use it, it will bring benefit to them. And yet, I have not too many subscribers, but please do not buy anything at this time. Time, we are redoing the website and we're making a new app for you can download on your Apple iPhone and Android to use for your own personal calendar. It will have a clock and it will tell you when it's your bad time or your good time to make decision. Everything you do in life is decision. Crossing the street, should I go on a date? Should I ask for a promotion? Should I go have this operation? All these can be helped with the guide of this calendar. So once we complete it in December, then you can come in and test and use it. And you will see the benefit it will bring for you and your family. Let's talk election prediction based on the science of feng shui. Why do I call it science? Because science has an analytical, it has a percentage, a chance of winning, not based on dream, not based on a psychic prediction, not based on a hunch. It's a format of heaven, earth, human, and qua. We can predict who will have a better chance of winning. I don't lean towards anyone at this moment, and this prediction, it doesn't mean I ask you to pick anyone. But this is purely analytical and a scientific way of calculating in feng shui a chance of winning in this election. Who will be the next president of the United States? We are only 6 days away, so please, do your civic duty and go vote. And make sure you pick your candidate and vote. Okay? And on the bottom, you can see Student Lam Quang. I have learned and live and breathe and eat and sleep with feng shui for over 30 years. But as more I study, the more I apply, the more I use, the more I see I do not know anything. So please, accept me as a student, and by on the way, on the road, I try to, show what I have learned to help and guide people. And if you see I make any mistake, please correct me and guide me to the right path. I want to be better. Thank you. Heaven, luck, earth luck, human luck. This is a scientific way in feng shui, in this school of feng shui, how to predict who's gonna win in this election. We can use, I have been taught the I Ching, the Khổng Minh formula, and Lục tiểu formula, how to calculate prediction things, but we use heaven, earth, human, and qua, a scientific way to calculate. So it's very scientific, and I can use the I Ching, the Khổng Minh formula, to back up the verification to make sure it is correct. God have intervened that I know of at least 3 times in 3 different eras. The first one is thousands of years ago in China during the period of the Three Kingdoms. There was 3 kings, Liu Bei, Tào Tháo, and Tôn Quyền. They dominated China from 220 to 280 AD, following the end of the Han Dynasty. There was the bloodiest period in China during this 60 years. And during this time, there was one feng shui master, most famous during that period, and very well known, even up to today. His name is Khổng Minh Gia Cát Lượng. This is the map of the Han Dynasty at the end. All the shaded red area belong to the Han Dynasty. Here is divided into the 3 kingdoms from the Han Dynasty period. At the end, now it divided to 3. Liu Bei, Tào Tháo, and Tôn Quyền. If you look at land position, purely speaking about land, Tôn Quyền has the best position of land. It has land and ocean. So it can do many more things than Liu Bei. And then Tào Tháo also have land and water, but doesn't have as much as water as Tôn Quyền. So if you're looking at pure land position, Tôn Quyền has the upper hand. Okay? And during this period, these 3 kingdoms always fought with each other. But Liu Bei had the good spiritual advisor or the feng shui master Khổng Minh to help him. So Khổng Minh and Liu Bei together was having a war with Tôn Quyền and his army, and Khổng Minh calculated with this fight, Tôn Quyền will lose and he will withdraw into the mountain, just as Khổng Minh predicted. So he asked his army to lit the arrow with fire to shoot into the mountain, so they can burn all Tôn Quyền and his army. But once he started to lit the arrow with fire, the rain from heaven began to fall. Then at that time, Khổng Minh knew Tôn Quyền would be the king during this period. That is the first God intervened the first time. This is a picture hand-drawn of Khổng Minh. Khổng Minh is a very gifted feng shui master. He had the ability to pray to change the direction of wind. Okay, he's very gifted in many ways, but he's very particular in many ways who he wants to serve. During that time, in the 3 kingdom period, each king came and asked, him to be their advisor for their kingdom. The first king came, Tông Quyền came, asked, and Khổng Minh replied, I will think about it. The second king, Tào Tháo, came and asked and actually demand that you should be serving me as a feng shui master and my spiritual advisor. And the first two kings, they had power and money. They both have a lot of money. And then the third king came, Lưu Bị. He came and he asked the same thing. Please serve serve my country and be the feng shui master for my country. And the previous two kings asked and they went home immediately. They didn't wait. And then Khổng Minh said, I'll think about it. Until the next morning when he got up, he opened his front door. He saw Lưu Bị kneeling in front of his house. Okay? And he felt that this king is so humble. And he asked Lưu Bị, why are you still here? And he said, because I truly need your help, because my country needs you. Don't do it for me, do it for the people that I try to help my country. So Khổng Minh accepted the offer, and that's why he was the feng shui master for the Lưu Bị kingdom. God intervened. Number 2, the Battle of Normandy, June 6, 1944. The Allied force composed of England, United States, Canada, Australia, and other countries, because France was taken over by the Germany, and German was on land in Normandy waiting for the Allied to come on shore. And it's just like a sitting duck. They come up there and everybody gets shot. Everybody is dead. But God intervened the second time. This time God used fog to help the Allies to get on shore to take over Normandy. God intervened the second time using fog, a forecast that changed world history, how weather played a massive role in D-Day. Because of the fog, it equalized and it paralyzed the German on land. They couldn't see what they were shooting at. So the Ally was able to get ashore and get into position and take control of Normandy. 2024 Presidential Election, Part 1, Former President Trump. At this Part 1, we strictly talk about how former President Trump, what percentage, what chance for him to win this election. We will break it down with the 7 swing state. What is his chance of winning those 7 swing states? And versus Vice President Harris. Why these 3 signs so important? Heaven luck, earth luck, human luck. This is the breakdown, how my school of feng shui, how I was taught to analyze and calculate everything in life, in any situation, from a presidential election to a war, who's gonna win, or to make a decision to merge on a company, or on a lawsuit, or going to have surgery. I look at all these aspects and what is my chance of coming out successful. That's why it's so important. For former President Trump, I was there at the right time. His date of birth, June 14, 1946. Former President Trump. In Feng Shui, we break down the year, the month of birth, and the day. So we analyze these four categories and see how things will work with each other versus the year, or versus an opponent, versus time. First, at his heaven is Bin, is Yang fire. His earth is dog, is Yang earth. His human combined with heaven and earth become Yang earth. And his Qua, he's the East group, Qua 9, Yin fire. Why did the breakdown so important? So we can analyze on his heaven luck. What is his chance of winning an election this year? This is his own Feng Shui calendar on the website of lemquang.com. I purchased it for him because I enter his month, days, and hour, and year into this calendar, into this program, and it come out his own personalized calendar. So we can look at the year. What is his chance? Is it a good year or a bad year for him? 360 days. In Feng Shui, we don't have 365. We only have 360 days. And so we narrow it down to July the 13th, 2024. The year, his year was at 70%. The month is at 90%. Okay? The day is at 30%. And let's see what that brings and give him. Okay? Former President Trump on July the 13th, 2024 at 6:11 p.m. Location is at Butler, Pennsylvania. Okay? The first sign where the suspect, the assassination, shot the bullet from the distance of 400 feet to where former President Trump was standing. And luckily, because of the graph, the immigration graph was drawn up by Ron Johnson, a senator, and he turned to the right to look at that sign, to look at that graph, and the bullet went by his right ear. Miracle number 1. After being shot, he ducked down, and then he got up and he fist pumped 3 times. And he said what? Fight, fight, fight. He makes sure that the crowd to know that he's all right. That's his first concern. And none of the crowd left or ran. They all were still there, waiting to see what's going on. That's miracle number 1. This is God intervened the 3rd time. So he escaped death and gave former President Trump a chance to win this election. With the website lemquang.com, we can actually prove from 6 to 8 p.m. that day. This is former President Trump calendar on the Feng Shui website. And it shows he is at 90% of good luck. So his chance of dying was not meant to be. And you can see that God have intervened and have chosen former President Trump to be the next president of the United States. This is the first sign, okay? Earth luck, the second sign. Here you will see how each state affects the election according, we can break it down to percentage of either former President Trump have a higher chance to win or Vice President Harris have a higher chance to win. We will see. Miracle number 2. The seven swing state, President Trump has a very high chance of winning. But let me go the first 5 from Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Those 5 states, former President Trump has 88% chance of winning this election. Okay? And the other 2 states, Arizona and Nevada, former President Trump have 75% chance of winning. So his chance of winning is in the 80s of these 7 states. This is the 7 swing state, the battle state. But there are 4 states that used to belong to the Democrat, which is Virginia, New York, New Hampshire, and Minnesota. And those 4 states, percentage of former President Trump to win those 4 states is above 60%. So his chance of winning those 4 states is high too. So not only the swing state, but the other 4 Democrat states, former President Trump might even win it. This is his tử vi chart, or you can call it the natal chart. In Vietnamese, they call it tử vi, and it shows this year he has 100% of heaven luck. Everything is on his way. Everything he touch, it becomes gold. Okay? But this tử vi in the center, where his month, year, month, dates, and hour he was born, these 4 categories, former President Trump have 7 Earth. His human is Earth, but it has 7 Earth. It's a very special and a very unique tử vi. It's a very unique tử vi, I have to say. It's a rare one. Human luck, the third sign. Miracle number 3, Elon Musk. After being shot, immediately Elon Musk endorsed former President Trump. After the fist pump, it stole his heart. So you can see former President Trump, whatever happened at Butler, Pennsylvania, have solidified his base, and plus he have transformed or changed mind of many people. Elon Musk in 2020 voted for Joe Biden. The second main person that former President Trump changed mind is Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson 2016 did not like former President Trump. But as he get to know former President Trump and see his policy, then he now endorsed former President Trump. This is human luck number 2. Human luck number 3, J.D. Vance, Senator of Ohio, was picked by former President Trump to be his running mate, his vice president. He picked a younger generation that after his 4 year, he know the Republican will have a strong foundation. He not only care about the country, but he care about what happened afterwards. And even J.D. Vance, he did not like former President Trump in 2016. But as he get to know former President Trump, he began to admire and respect President Trump. Human luck number 3. Human luck number 4. Robert Kennedy Jr. The Kennedy has been known to be a Democrat stronghold for many years, since in the 60s. John F. K. Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, now the son of Robert Kennedy Jr. has endorsed former President Trump. Why? Because the Democrat mistreated him. They left him to dry. So he loved the country and he wanted to help the country. So the only way he can do that is to endorse former President Trump and to be in the cabinet. And he wants to make America healthy again. Human luck number 5. Tulsi Gabbard. She has always been a Democrat for many years. Then after the 2020 presidential run, she noticed that the Democrat Party was going to the left, and she could no longer see herself being a Democrat. So then she became an independent. But as of late, she have announced she endorsed President Trump and now a Republican. Human luck. Trump's supporter get larger and larger by the year. Since 2016 to 2020, now it's 2024. Everywhere you go, you will see a red wave. People is willing to line up overnight just to be at his rally. You can see he has really strong supporters. This is another picture of an outdoor rally for former President Trump. People are willing to wait to hear his speech. He has the heart of his party, no doubt. Now the result for former President Trump. We calculate heaven luck. He's at 80%. Okay? 90 and 70 divided by 2 is 80. All mathematical. All math. Earth luck is at 82%. 100%. And 80 something percent divided by 2, it become 82%. And human luck is at 85%. He had the support of people that never voted for him, dislike him. Now they are willing to risk it all to support him. So add all these three together, average is 82.3% of former President Trump of chance of winning this election. 82.3%. So his chance is high. So if I was an advisor, I would say, yeah, go all the way. Don't give up. Never quit. So I'm going to compare the result between former President Trump and Vice President Harris. Heaven, former President Trump has 80%. Vice President Harris only 50. So former President Trump is 30% large, higher, greater chance of winning on heaven, on the heaven realm. God choice. On the earth planes, former President Trump have 82%. Vice President Harris is 45%. That's a 37% different. And on the human percentage, human luck, 85% for former President Trump and only 50% for human luck for Vice President Harris. That's a 35% greater. So overall, you can see who's going to win based on this calculation. Now we're going to compare the total electoral votes. Overall, former President Trump has 82.3% chance of winning this election versus Vice President Harris only 48.3% based on feng shui. Okay, so the 7 swing state would give former President Trump 312 electoral votes over 226. These are the 7 swing states, but there's 4 more states is at play, and these are blue states that former President Trump might even win. Okay, the first one is Virginia. The second one is New York. The third one is New Hampshire. And the fourth one is Minnesota. So look out and see who's gonna take it all. This is the electoral map of the United States. The 7 battle state, or actually the 6th battle state, is yellow. But actually there's 7. Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, and Nevada. His chance of winning these 7 states is in the 80%. So most likely he will take all this 7 states, and plus at the 60%, which is the blue state, Virginia, New York, New Hampshire, and Minnesota, he also have above 60% chance of winning this 4 blue state. So for sure, he will have at least 312 electoral college or greater for this election based on the calculation of feng shui. 6 gifts that president give to the next president. First is the border crisis. Number 2 is inflation. Number 3 is economy. Number 4 is the Ukraine war. Number 5 is Israel and Palestine war. Number 6 is Israel and Iran war. So the next president will have their handful. Immediately, it needs immediate attention. In my humble, honest opinion, how do I see who is fit or to be the next good president? The way I look at life is very simple. If he or she is either a good father or a good mother, to me, they qualify to be a good president. if they can guide and teach their children well, if they love and respect their wife. These are the quality of a good president. And if he or she displays those things, that's who I would vote for. I look at very fundamental things. I don't look at high extravagant or what college and what school they graduate from or what experience they have in life. If they have this basic quality, they are qualified to be fit and be a good president. That is my share of view, and we only have 6 days left to vote. So don't forget to do your civic duty and go vote. Please go vote. Thank you. I truly thank you for spending your precious time watching the show. And I hope that, in a week or two, I will put up a new presentation that will have relevant in everyone's life. This week, or this past few weeks, I've been working on this because I have to do a lot of research. It takes time to do it. And someday I feel good and someday I don't. That's why it's been taking so long. But actually, this presentation has been done the previous 2 weeks. But I didn't feel good enough to do the talk. And now I just able to do it, and I'm glad that I'm able to put this out 6 days away from the election. And pick your candidate and go vote. Don't forget to do your civic duty and go vote. And just sit back and see if this way of calculating is correct. But most of my life, I use this calendar. Over 30 years, it's quite accurate. It helps me in a lot of decision making in everyday's life. I hope to, to give you guys the next presentation that will actually help or guide you what I have learned in Feng Shui. I like to share what I know, and I look at all of everyone else as my teacher. So please correct me if I make some mistake and forgive me. Thank you.